Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. Ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis.
Kenny Nwangu now out of his end zone. First play and a first pass for Cousins.
And his first look is incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Here's Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
4th down, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down, as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th. Cousins now. Forced out to his left. And I think the ball's out. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 36 yards.
And the Saints use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. They'll turn to Kamara.
And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Cousins to throw it.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw is Cousins. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And on the left sideline. He caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give left side to Cook. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Cousins. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They'll run with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Kevin O'Connell choosing to lead his guys out there, and they'll go for 2.
We're good.
Cousins will try and throw. And this is going to be hauled in. So they get the 2-point conversion. And now they have an 8-6 lead.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Dwayne Washington, his first carry. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. 8-6 the score after 1. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Winston now. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there. Ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Winston to throw for it on 4th. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the
field. Want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Listen to me.
Following the interception, Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
A first down throw for Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On 2nd down, Washington. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd. Throwing, Winston. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. A handoff right side, it's Washington. And he's got some space here. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down, but a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. They'll try to throw now. Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 more on that one and another first down. Here's Winston. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
Think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
First and 10 at the 27.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
He was brought down by
Play fake. Cousins. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate, that was just incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Cousins. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now Cousins on 4th down. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. So consecutive picks, and each offense, they drove the ball close enough to at least attempt a field goal, but on back-to-back drives, the defense has stood firm and forced an interception.
Yeah, it's a really nice battle seeing one answer the other with a turnover to keep points off the board.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about in the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. Past midfield. 30. 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Saints.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's through. That pushes their lead now to 5. It's 13-8.
Saints 13, Vikings 8.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
First and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Left side, Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this 1st down. Complete. Jefferson the target.
A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly they're still short for 4th. Running for it. Here's Cook going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
To throw, Winston.
Locates Kamara on the out route.
So no gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try.
From the left hash, this from 37. The kick by Lutz is good.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up, and the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They think they've got him not pinned down, but in a fake.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down. They'll run. It's Washington. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st
against him.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara from 4 yards out. And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. Now with that, they could elect to take the ball at the 1 if they want.
Yeah, exactly right. They have options here. If they decide now to go for 2 after the penalty, the ball doesn't go to the 2-yard line as normal. They get the penalty, so that's half the distance. You put it at the 1. But if they decided they wanted to kick, they would just move the ball from the 15 to the 10, and they would kick it there.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this. Cook up the gut. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Cousins now. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. On first, here's Washington. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Staying on the ground with Washington. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Washington gets it going right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Up the middle they go. Washington. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Washington. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips or bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
On third down, Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to make it fourth down.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and you worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off. Able to rally to the football and make the play.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Bill Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.